Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I have procured some of the nicest, softest llamas in different Easter egg colors, and I have the really, I don't know, it's like the coolest little sofa ever, but it's like in different rainbow colors. And I've got monotone all the way to the brightest colors in the middle. I mean, it's beautiful. So you've got to come in and sit down, have a chat, okay? Come on. Come on in, sit down. Got a few things to talk about. You know how it goes. So, yeah, I've decided that I like this little bee and I want it to be in my hair as often as possible because it just, I don't know, it makes me smile and it's very cute. It's a little persnickety, trying to get it to stay in place. But you know what? I tell you what, it is adorable. And I want to keep it. So I will work on it. I'll figure it out. And I am learning how to work with felt. So it's only a matter of time before I figure out how to make a felt bee. And I don't know, if you take that out of context, that sounds like a very strange thing, doesn't it? A felt bee? Okay. Anyway, so continuing on from my last video where I was talking about basically, the rules in my world, I did think about a couple more, and actually a couple more and a weird solution that I think would work. And considering the government doesn't really have a place to put, well, for a long period of time, all the old phone boxes, phone booths, then this could be a solution. I think it'd be fun. But the thing that I think happens, if you watch enough of these videos, the Karen apocalypse and oh gosh, there's so many where you have these people that are just basically essentially losing their shit. And I watch, and there are times when I'm quite literally just like, really, you're kidding? They did not just do that. What the? Why? What? Why? Well, that's so mean. And you'll see that once I figure out the picture-in-picture thing. I promise. But yeah, I just don't understand why people are like that. And the thing I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around is trying to ascertain whether or not this is something that existed all along, but flew under the radar because we didn't have any way of, fact-checking all the info, because we were very poor at communicating anyway, just through distance. So I was always curious about that, and I still am, so I would like to know more. And by the way, if anybody knows any of that information, please let me know, because that's very interesting to me. Because I don't know if you remember, but from a very long time ago, they were doing a study on babies, and they found that the babies that they gave the basic needs to, changing the diaper, feeding them, things like that, not giving them much affection, if at all, the babies unfortunately deteriorated. They weren't doing very well. But it was the opposite in households where they were given more favor and treated more gently. So it's an interesting way things can react to different stresses, I always found. But I just think that people should remember that everyone is under massive amounts of stress right now. It's everywhere. There's stress to conform, there's stress, all the typical ones, but now, add on the stress of, does that person want to rip my mask off? Am I going to be able to wear one peacefully? And by the way, if you're saying, well, what if I don't want to wear one peacefully? Well, you know what? Screw you. I don't like you. Go away. Seriously. You don't want to wear a mask? I don't know. No, don't like you. Go away. Just toodles. Down the road. Go away. You're mean. You're a mean person and you're not doing the right thing. And yeah. If you want to argue with me about that, you're welcome, but I will kill you with cuteness. I will find a way. Okay? If I have to drop a giant cupcake on your head in the process, maybe I will. I don't know. I haven't made cupcakes in a while. But there's a reason for that. But I'll tell you later. But no, I just see video after video where people forget about everybody else and make themselves the most important, entitled creature in the room. No matter where they are, no matter how long the other people have been in lines or waiting, they just kind of like imagine that they're the only thing in the world that matters. And eventually they're the only thing in the world. So nothing else does matter. You know, it's a little creepy. And then of course you add in like a little touch of xenophobia here and there, and it just really becomes horrible. But, you know, if this is what I try to live with, is just, you know, remember that everyone is under stress, not just me. And maybe as calm as that person looks over there, they could be going through a whole lot of things that I don't know about. You know, that also goes for somebody who's, you know, maybe unpleasant towards me. They could be, you know, dealing with and coping with things I can't imagine. So even if we don't like each other, I can try to be respectful of what could be happening. Let's see. There's a second one. And I have to make these rules because it's just how my brain works. It makes sense. It's legible. It's easy to follow. But seriously, there are healthy ways of relieving stress that don't involve, you know, getting drunk and then going walking in traffic like some people seem to do for a thrill. I don't understand that for a second. Like, why do you want to do that to yourself? You're just nuts. But you've seen them. I know you have. Or they get, you know, completely blitzed, and the next thing you know, they're eating their fish and chips off the pavement. And I don't understand that either, but okay. You know, I have been very drunk before, yes, not gonna lie. But that was when I was in the military, and right after that, I kind of stopped drinking. I don't drink now. One exception, I will have a dark beer, not, what is that really dark beer called? I can't remember, but Guinness, not really my thing, but a dark beer, like a dark German beer with like some, I don't know, like salami on rye bread. Oh, yes, very good. A little bit of mustard. That's my meal right there. I wouldn't want it every day, but once in a while, oh my God, it's so good. It's so nummy. I've been missing that kind of bread. Anyway, but when it comes to relieving stress, you know, you could read a book, you could masturbate, you could read how to, or maybe read about somebody else doing that, watch a movie, listen to some music and see number 2. I don't know. There's like loads of different ways of doing it that don't involve taking out your frustration on other people. If I could just give people a speech right now, this is what I'd be telling them, you know? Like, we get it. You're stressed out, you know? You've probably got kids, a job, mortgage, car payments, all these bills, and, you know, just mounting debt, and you feel like you can't breathe. Well, most of us feel that way in one sense or another, but compounding the issue because you're upset, that doesn't help, you know? So I try to avoid that. And my third and final idea that I had many years ago, and it does involve the old phone booths, I thought, why not repurpose them? You know, like soundproof them, and then just like you could put in a coin, you know, maybe a £1 or something, and then go into the phone booth and just, you know, shout or scream or just, you know, like hit the handy like memory foam wall or something. But just to get that extra stress out, you know, and you don't hurt anyone. And I think it would be brilliant, you know, like, oh, I would love that opportunity. Because I want to learn how to box. I don't actually want to be a boxer, but I'd like to learn how to practice on a box, like a little boxing bag. And that would actually be really cool because you could kind of do that if you wanted to. And nobody would like hear what you had to say. You'd have your privacy and you'd be able to get your stress out. What more do you want, right? I just thought that would be such a cool idea. And I mean, what are the phone booths doing right now? They're sitting in a field somewhere, just turning to rust. Like, come on. They could revamp them. They could use them for something really cool. You know, when I was in, I think it was high school for me. So that would put me between 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th year. We had a Halloween party coming up, and, well, festival, I suppose you could say carnival kind of thing. But they were like asking for ideas, and I said, well, what about the demolished cars at the junkyard? Wouldn't cost you anything. What if you got a nice one that still had some stuff that you could beat on it? Write things that you didn't like or that you're frustrated with on the paint, and then just take a baseball bat to it, charge everybody like $1 a hit, and have fun. Well, it went over really well. And from what I understand, they've been doing it for years. So I'm really happy that they liked what I suggested all those years ago. Kind of makes me proud, you know. But one of the things that they were really beating on was our principal's name. That was not my intention. Our principal, he reminded me of like an old cowboy. He walked like he had just got off a horse. And that is something that will happen to you if you start riding horses. You get that walk. But it's a lot of fun though. It's really a lot of fun. I miss horseback riding. But that's just, some thoughts that I had today. Hopefully you'll like them. And if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. Yeah. I'll look forward to any feedback. If you could just go to the bottom right there and just please hit subscribe. Subscribe to everything, and then that way anything that I put out, you'll have easily fed into your feed. You can decide to watch it or not, and or save it for later, so yeah, consider subscribing. Really appreciate it if you did. Okay, thank you. Talk to you later.